Hello everyone, right? So hope all of you are doing fine, waiting for your results or preparing for another group if in case if you've written one of the group or so. So in this particular series of videos, this being the first out of those, we are going to be discussing regarding what next once you get the degree of chartered accountancy. Yes, once you become a chartered accountant, you get the prefix CA before your name, right? And then to enlighten us or to share his recent experiences regarding how to go about the further journey once you get your degree, we have Yatharth Baphna, who has joined us, a young, dynamic chartered accountant. Words and the time would fall short for his achievements at a very, very young age. Like, I'm very proud to be conducting this series of video with him. It's like in the 21st century, 21-year-old chartered accountant who has so much in his CV. Like, it's, you think of it, okay, whether he's done this, and you will find it in his CV, right? So he's cleared his exams in the recent past and the previous attempt, and he's done his articleship for 2 years in EY, 1 year in KPMG, and that, and he's also cleared the CFA level 1, now preparing for the level 2. So that's on the academic front, but that, let me tell you, it's just the tip of the iceberg. Apart from that, let it be sports or drama or ICI events or any social activities or acting in films, you name it, and you would find a place for that in a CV. Right, so I welcome you, Yatharth, on our channel, on our YouTube channel, and looking forward to have a discussion with you regarding what further, what next once we work so hard to get the degree of CA, what to do next with. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here, and even I am looking forward to associate with you and to like contribute something for the CF fraternity.
Okay, right. So just as you know, I think you can look back at the time when you done with your 10th standard, and then those three like a Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, or just any three options, like whether to go for science, commerce, or whether to go for arts. And then you do your elimination round, and then you say no, arts, humanities, not my cup of tea. Science, physics, chemistry, bio. Some of you might have probably done some science and then also come to arts or commerce or so, and then finally shortlisted that you will go for commerce. And then once you go for commerce, I think life is pretty sorted, that CA, MBA, LLB, and then along with CA, either a company secretary, cost accountancy or so. Right, so just as we had that milestone in our life after 10th standard, wherein we had to decide whether science, commerce, or arts, now similarly, once you become a chartered accountant, now what further can be done, or what all are the options which are available? So Yatharth will enlighten us further about this area.
Correct. So once you like qualify as a chartered accountant, you get your results. So broadly, we can probably bucket it into maybe five major heads, amongst which we can venture into. First, probably could be a job which you can do. That is either you can become an auditor or you can become an auditee. That is, you can either join a consultancy firm or a auditing firm like Big Fours, KPMGs, and those firms, or probably you can join an industry and you can do a job there. That would be our first hit, which will be job.
So job is the first option.
Right.
Okay.
Second, probably could be a practice. Practice basically would either be a tax practice or it can be an audit practice where you audit. The difference between job audit and practice audit is you become the auditor. You yourself sign the audit report. Whereas in job, you do the work and partner signs on your behalf.
Okay.
So you can set up either an audit practice or you can do a tax practice where you file returns, you file assessments and those things. So that second head would be probably practice. Third probably could be a business. You can probably set up your own business. All those fuzz around startup, Shark Tank, and all those venture capital and all those jargons you learned in SFM. You can imply them, and you can start your own business or a company, a manufacturing company, retail, wholesale, anything. So that would be third, job, practice, business. And fourth probably could be now you can venture into teaching. You can if you have that inside you to contribute to the student community you have just cleared out of, You can probably, if you want, if you wish to contribute, it's again a very respected and a noble job of, teaching. And
Yeah.
I think you will be at a better position to explain what exactly teaching would involve.
Yes.
And fifth could be, if you are not interested in any of these, you want to, explore further. You feel some, you can. There's no limit to the knowledge, so probably you can,
Yeah.
continue with your studies, and you can get into some postgraduate courses or a master's. You can probably go abroad, and so these would be the major, five buckets:
Okay.
job, practice, business, teaching, or continuing with your studies.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, so that's a nice clarity, or there's so much of confusion. So this really clarifies that, yeah, five broadly, these are the five heads or the five options. Mainly, if any one of you could think of any sixth option, you can certainly mention the sixth, seventh, or eighth, any other, you can mention about it in the comment section. But yeah, one, either you could be going for a job, so auditor or auditee. I hope you remember the standards on auditing, which we have studying through intermediate and final and all of those, right? So either you do the audit or either you prepare the financial statements. So join a big four or a company, something like that. Then another option, as Yatharth mentioned, that you could be setting up your own practice. So I would say it this way, that if you are ready, you have a willingness to listen to others, then you can go for a job. If you want to give the instructions, you are like, no, no, I don't listen to anybody, that sort of a personality or an aura you have, then better for you to start your own practice. Maybe starting with a 200 SFT office and then having a big office, very, what you say, a 10,000, 20,000 square feet office, having many partners. Now I see I have come up with the multidisciplinary partnership, and now they are going to also have the multidisciplinary partnership with the foreign CAs. So a lot of opportunities in practice also over there. So one being job, another being practice, right? Third, you could be coming up with your business. I see nowadays all around, it's the Shark Tank fever. So people are very much, once they get an idea, then they say, oh yeah, I can have a startup and then start up with this, then I'll get some venture capital, some angel investor in my business, then the valuation of my business will be into thousands and crores or whatever number
A
you
lot of
can.
unicorns are, coming up these days in India.
Yeah, so a
So
lot of
the trend
unicorns.
itself is.
Yeah. So nowadays, the game of business is not on the profit or the sales which is shown in your business as such, though that is also one of the parameter or one of those parameters. But mainly, it's all a game of valuation. At least that's what I perceive nowadays. So that's the third option for you to have, start a business. And then fourth option over there is regarding getting into the profession of teaching. So you want to come on the other side of the dais. You said, I've always been sitting on those benches with our teachers, or not benches actually nowadays, sitting in front of the laptop or the tablet, thanks to the changing times and the revolution in technology. So now you say, I don't want to see the laptop. I want to get inside the laptop and the students should see me. So certainly a lot of online platforms also, and sharing your knowledge with the students. One particular subject, you could be having that passion for. Oh yeah, like taxes for me, or SFM, or whichever subject, accounts or audit or whichever subject. So that's the fourth option which you could be considering. So if I could put it again, so the four options we've discussed so far: one is job, second could be practice, third could be business, fourth could be for you getting into teaching, and the last one, you say, no, my thirst for knowledge is not yet over. I need a few more degrees to be added after my name. I want my CV to have a page turnover going into the next page or so. So, you will never regret this decision of your life of pursuing further studies. The more, the better. It's that way. So you can always think of the options. Your articleship on your studies for intermediate and final would have already started the thought process for you, whether you want to go into job, practice, or further studies or teaching. So now you can just, probably take down a blank piece of paper, make these 5 columns, look into the pros and cons, your areas of interest, and accordingly decide upon the same. Yes, Yatharth.
Also, adding on this, while going through the CA curriculum, the CA curriculum you develops a multitasker in you. You know,
Yeah.
you manage your articleship, you manage your studies of finals, you manage those trainings, advanced ITT, GMCL, you manage your articleship cut test, you manage a lot of things together. You manage your BCom along with it.
Yes.
So you become a multitasker during, going through the course. So these five heads is like are there, but you can, probably pick up two heads or maybe three heads, or you can try different permutation combination. That is, you can do job on one hand, additionally you can, maybe do some additional courses like CFAs or probably a private kind of MBA, and there could be different permutation combinations. You can start your practice and a business. You can start teaching and you can do your practice. So there are different permutations and combinations which people can try on, which
Yeah.
have made habitual to have multitasking along with you.
Hmm. Very true. And gone are the days, like if you would know somebody who started their job career or their practice in 1970s or some, like they say, oh, in 1970, I joined Bank of India or some state bank, and then 40 years of service or 30 years of service I provided to that organization. We don't see such type of a one track nowadays. We see, as you mentioned, a lot of multitasking which is happening. A job change is not considered to be negative nowadays. Even taking a sabbatical leave or taking a break in your career is again not, the perception has changed. It's not considered to be anything wrong. And plus, again, thanks to the technology, the digitization, the times have come wherein you could have a double engine, for your earnings. So your earnings, your
Correct.
EBITDA or your profit before tax, profit after tax, now you could be having segment income coming from multiple sources rather than just having one segment reporting to be done, if I
Correct.
could put it that way.
Also, adding, I recently, I was reading one of the interviews of a very senior employee working with Elon Musk closely,
Mm-hmm.
and he was asked, what is that one thing which Elon Musk, which learned from Elon Musk,
Okay.
and he told he Elon Musk is never doing one thing at a time. He
Okay.
has a lot of state, and that he's very diverse in terms of for example, now he's focusing on Tesla, but on the
Hmm.
other hand, he's also focusing on different ventures, and he's always trying new. So that is one learning from Elon Musk which that employee got. Never
Okay.
do one thing at a time.
Never do one thing. Yeah, multifaceted, it's an all-rounded development and personality. And it's nice also, it makes you more active. It's the, what you say, used to so much of hard work. I assume all of you, as I would have told you in all my videos or in my lectures, that you need to study for like 16, 18 hours a day. So that same now, you're now from the studies, it's 16, 18 hours of work. You say, ma'am, it never gets over or something like that. But I'm very forward, and I also thank Yatharth, for coming up with this idea of coming with these videos, because, otherwise probably the students would have forget me, after they clear their exams or so. So now this is like a hand-holding exercise even after they qualify, and if I could give them some insights or some information which could be of value for them, I'll be more than happy for the same. Okay.
Correct, correct. So this broadly would be, the broad index or the structure of, how our following videos would be.
Yeah.
We'll be, delving into peculiarities and, pros and cons, what are the profiles available, what are the different companies, and those things in, the videos further, which we'll be
Yeah.
getting on.
So we'll be coming up
So,
with videos for all the five heads as such. And then to give an idea regarding, the next video, which is going to be regarding jobs. So Yatharth will be, sharing his experiences. So Yatharth has just gone through the rounds of interview. He's prepared a great CV, and right now he's working with the Mahindra Group. He's into a leadership development program over there. So how he shortlisted that particular organization, and then how he prepared a CV, and then generally how do you go through the rounds of interviews, and then package, what should be your expectation, what is the range of packages, what about if you are an all India ranker, what added advantage, like in some organizations there is a filter, like only they take the AIR or something. So Yatharth is also, and so there are so many things to say about you that few of them probably I would have missed on. So he's an all India ranker at the intermediate as well as at the CA final level. Intermediate he's got 32nd rank, and at a CA final he's secured a 22nd rank, and that too while yes. Am I right? Oh, it's the other way around. CA final, it is
other way.
32nd rank, yeah, and intermediate, it is the 22nd rank. And let me put it into inverted commas, along with doing his articleship in Big Fours. So, doing articleship in a Big Four, and then your study leave and managing your classes and all of that. So really very proud to be associated with you. And apart from this series of video, this is mainly say for the at the final step, but even for intermediate students or foundation students, yes, Yatharth, we are planning to come up with some discussion regarding how to apply for articleship, what about industrial training. So we also look forward for more inputs from all of you regarding what would be your further videos which you would like to see about. Okay. Yes. So anything, any closing remarks from your side, Yatharth?
So probably we'll meet you in the videos coming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I hope
that's
the curiosity has been ignited and they would be looking forward for the next series of videos. And let me just, as a final closing remark, also mention that along with these videos, I'm also planning to, yes, upload a few videos for the final and intermediate audit, the theory part, revisionary part, and also some part related to the MCQ discussion. Right, so thank you so much for watching the video right up to here. It's really a pleasure to have you listening to us till the end of the video. Looking forward to see you all in the next video. Thank you, Yatharth, once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Just to close it,
Yeah.
ये अंत नहीं आरंभ है, अभी तो हुआ प्रारंभ है.
अरे वाह
Thank you.
वाह 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 बढ़िया बढ़िया. Great, great. Okay.